It's very important that you reflect and understand what happened during your tenure with the supervisor. If in all the projects you had a visible contribution, then you don't have to worry about approaching the supervisor. But let's say one project didn't achieve the expected result and another you did exceptionally well, then you can strategically include the weakness narrative for the project that didn't do as well. The weakness narrative or the feedback given by the supervisor and the corrective steps you have taken question require cooperation from the supervisor. They could very easily cite an example that touches on a lack of maturity or weakness in communication, both of which can jeopardize your admission chances. If you can directly guide them, you can cite your consultant saying, "My consultant suggested that the weakness about my reaction is not appropriate for an MBA application." This way, you have a scapegoat in us, the consultants, and your relationship with the supervisor is intact. You must also be very careful not to overdo the management of the weakness part. This is an area where the supervisor can get a little annoyed with you. They would feel that the integrity of the application process is violated when you suggest another weakness that is less detrimental to your admission chances. One way to neutralize this problem is to share an overview of the narrative that you have used for the essay. Not the actual essay, only the overview. This is to avoid supervisors from borrowing phrases from your actual essay. That's a recipe for rejection when you have essays and letters with similar phrasing. Let's say your emotional intelligence is a strength in the essay, but for the feedback question in the letter, the supervisor cites an example where you overreacted to a setback or it affected your dynamics in the organization. Then the entire narrative for the essay won't work. So you have to reiterate why such contradictions are harmful to your application. For the strengths part of the letter, offering a bird's eye view and balancing metrics with narrative is important for an authentic letter. Even if the metrics are not often mentioned in the letter, the narrative is extremely important. Make sure that they don't write the letter as an essay with a lot of storytelling. That's a first tell that the letter has been written by the applicant or they have supervised the entire process. Then there are some supervisors who will suggest that you write the letter and they would just edit it and sign it. Try to get the first draft. But if they don't agree, to be honest, you can't do much about it if that's the only person who's likely to write the letter. For help with managing the entire MBA application recommendation letter writing process, contact FNGMath at store.fngmath.com/contact-FNGmath.